Good morning, everyone. Today, we're going to just talk about how we can prep the face, like a base face, whether you are someone who are a beginner or advanced, whatever level it may be. This is for everyone. Like, this is how you're going to start your base, and then you can add on your eye look or lip look, whatever you want to do. So this is more technique rather than a product specific one. So to preparing my base skin, the first step is obviously using a primer. Basically, I always finish my skincare routine like cleansing, moisturizing, everything, and then the first step obviously I'll be doing is prepping my skin using a primer. So here I use the Silk Pore and Wrinkle Minimizer. So having a primer on your skin is going to make like a flawless base for whether it's whatever foundation or cctm you're going to do on top. For me, I like to do silk as part of my skincare too. Whether I'm going to do makeup or not, I still do silk, because here silk is a mattified primer, so that way it's not going to be super shiny and all, and at the same time it has skincare benefits to it, like it's going to what is it, like reduce the pore size, and also it's going to slightly relax the muscles, that way it attains that what is it, like the wrinkles are getting reduced, and it also act as a antioxidant, so that way even if I have some breakouts, it's going to help. So I like to like the primer to sit for a few minutes before I go ahead with my cctm or foundation, so it depends on your preference. So if you are someone who likes like a very light coverage and like fairly there makeup, barely there makeup, then go with CCTM. And if you're someone who likes like a medium coverage, then you will go with foundation. So that's where the difference comes. But both of them, the application technique will be more or less the same. Since I did 2 or 3 times the foundation since the sale was going on, today I'm going to go with the CCTM. So here I'm going to take one pump of the CCTM. As I said, this is going to be like a light coverage for me. So it's like here we are not doing any concealer and not doing any color correction. So this is like a base simple makeup. So here I'm going to do stippling motion. So here again, how you can make a difference is, if you don't want the coverage to be heavy, you will do like a wiping motion. So what you do is you will do like a wiping motion. That way you don't get heavy coverage. But if you are someone who wants the coverage to be really nice, then do the stippling motion. So that's again another technique you can follow based on your preference. So I always like the stippling motion because it gives like a flawless base for the other things to go. So I always prefer to do that. And if you're doing just CCTM, you can also mix it with your moisturizer and use your fingers too. Since CCTM is going to be really light, you don't need sometimes brush, but for foundation I always prefer to have you to have a brush to apply for a even coverage. So CCTM comes with greens pigments built in, so that's why it corrects redness. And if you want a heavy coverage, you guys can layer too. So this is just CCTM one layer, and I use medium deep as my CCTM, and I always like it to sit for a few minutes so that it can adapt to my skin tone. And the next step you will be doing is picking a powder that is of your type. So with CCTM being extra moisturizer, and if you like a mattified look, that will be achieved using the powder, because powder is going to give that matte finish, whereas CCTM will be a little bit shiny. I wouldn't say it's too much oily, but it will have that. But having a powder, here I'm using the medium powder and I'm just pressing it on top of the CCTM. So you can do the same thing with your foundation too. So the application will be the same, but here I'm just dabbing it all over and these powders are so lightweight and it's going to absorb that excess moisture, and at the same time it's going to give the base set. So this is called setting the foundation. So what you are doing is you are just setting it with the powder, that way it's sealed nicely, and you can also mix powder and the foundation. And so I think I even did like a reels where I might have done the cctm. Instead of blending, what you will do is you will directly touch the powder each time and then blend it. So that's again going to be a little more coverage than this, but you can see it has covered nicely. This is going to be your base for whatever you do next. Here I'm going to use deep as my contour shade. I think we talked about contouring in a separate video too. So here deep is going to be my contour shade, because since I use medium, you can do any contour basically. So the base face is going to be your base and all over setting powder, and then your contour and highlight. So that's what it is all about. So here I'm using deep as my contour shade, and you can use any of our what do you say, like any of the cream products too as your contour shade. Like for example, you can use bronze blush or deep cctm. Like I think with the powder with the foundation sale, I have also shown how you can pick a deeper foundation shade and use it as your contour. So there are always multiple ways, but a base face has to be your what to say, like your foundation, your contouring and highlight. So that's what we are going to achieve. And here adding a contour is going to bring back the shadows and the cheekbones. So that's what we are doing it here, and you can see the powder blends so well. At the same time, it's not going to be too harsh, it just lifts the face a little bit. So I'm also going to do a little bit here and also on my jawline. So anytime when you touch the powder, take away the excess by just tapping it out and just do a gentle motion, and you can also do it underneath. That is going to give that illusion. So the last step is going to be using the translucent for your highlighting. So here I'm going to take away the translucent. Here it's a clear white powder. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pack it underneath my under eyes. Here you will first pack a lot and then you can take away the excess. So what this is going to do is this is going to highlight the place. Do you see the difference it makes? I'm going to first apply a lot and then you can blend it. So anytime when you use a lighter color underneath your, that's why we use eye illuminator. We can use even a light concealer. For example, if you are a medium, you can use light concealer underneath, and that way it's going to highlight those areas. I'm going to take a clean brush and just wipe away any excess. So here the purpose is to just highlight these areas. So you can use even a light concealer. You can use you can even get a white concealer and mix it with your current concealer and make it light. So here I'm also going to use underneath where I contoured, so that the contouring line will be clean. So this whole month I want to talk more about the techniques rather the products, because once you learn the technique you will be able to utilize the products more. So far we have even seen how we can highlight how to do the eyebrows. We have done the base face. I'm going to do color correction in a separate video, so that way you will learn technique by technique. So today we just covered about how we prep the face with the a primer, and then we talked about how you can pick based on your preference whether you want to go light coverage or medium coverage, or then we talked about how you can set, do contour and a highlight. So this is going to be your base face, and I'm going to finish the rest of the things and show you the final look, and let's do the next technique in the coming videos. So here's the finished look. I hope you learned something, because this is going to be your start of with the makeup. So even if, as I said, if you're a beginner, once you start practicing these techniques, you will be able to ease them, and you will be able to move to the next step. But practice is the key here. Like keep practicing every day. I would say, like even if you're just using cctm, make sure you use it like at least 3 times a week or so. That way you know, like when you apply it, the day you applied really well, what kind of things you followed, all those kind of stuff. And for today's lip look, I followed the one of the combo I posted yesterday. I did red lantern with metallic magic, and I sealed it with water glass. I don't know whether you guys try it. There is a folder in the album I always used to keep these different combos for you guys to try, and I also sealed it with water glass, which has a lot of glitters in it. So already metallic magic adds a ton of glitter to red lantern. You can see red lantern is a matte color, whereas metallic magic adds this. I think adding metallic magic as a layer, or today I pre-mixed, so I took equal parts in here in my tattoo ring, and I pre-mixed the color. So try these kind of different techniques, and hope you love the video. If you need any particular technique, please let me know, so that in the coming days I will try to make a video of it. Have a wonderful day.